Alright guys, so today I've got to take my Kubota tractor in and get some stuff done to it. There'll be another video, going to post it on what I'm doing to the tractor. But today we've got the 2020 Ecodiesel. I did a towing video before and had lots of questions. It was a little bit rainy that day we did the test, and it was also probably, I don't know, 60, 70 degrees outside. It wasn't that hot. Today we're almost 90 degrees. It's a sunny day. We're gonna look at the temps. I didn't have the temps up on the monitor last time. I kind of breezed through what they were. I'm gonna pull them up on the display so y'all can see them while we're doing the tow test. And if you look today, it's just like the last video. I've got a M4071 cab tractor, Kubota. I think the tractor is somewhere around the 7,000 pound range with the loader. And as equipped, there's no water in the tires. We've got a Big Tex 14 TL tilt trailer. Had some questions on the tilt trailer. People like to see that. Loading it, the easy unloading and loading. You can see it's got the hitch pin right here. You flip it and then the whole deck tilts down. You don't have any ramps. So I'm gonna do a tow test for you and get this thing up on the highway and show you all those temperatures and let y'all see how it does on a little bit warmer day. All right, so safety first. Got everything hooked up, check the hitch, check my tie downs, everything's set, got my brake controller set, tow haul on, and proof that I'm not holding a camera to get you all these views. Yep, it's called the GoPro Chesty. It's what we do to get these videos to y'all. All right, so pulling out of the neighborhood, transmission temps at 165. Getting on the highway, and we're going to do an acceleration up to 70. And that is pretty much full throttle, probably about 80%. Probably fifth gear, 76. I'm gonna say that's probably seventh right there. It's 392 rear end in this truck. Sorry if the air conditioner's blowing on the vents. Maybe blowing on the microphone. But I'm probably sitting at 20% throttle. I'm not really pushing the truck very hard. And it's pulling this tractor 78 miles an hour down the highway without a problem. I want to try to feather it out, catch another gear, see if it'll handle it. There we go. No. That's still sixth gear right there. Sixth gear holding 76 miles an hour. And still have plenty of acceleration. It's a downshift to fifth. Up to 78. Then let back off of it. Transmission's holding 192 as far as temp. It is, well, my display showing 97 degrees. I think we were close to 90 or 91 at the house. So it's probably 90, 91 actual temp. Go through the vehicle info. Coolant temp is 221. Trans temp is 292. Oil temp is 242 degrees. Oil pressure is 39, right at 40. These trucks do run a pretty high oil temp. Still running the original oil, planning on dropping it at 3,000. Changing the oil and filter. But once I've gotten up to speed, I mean, I'm holding 78 miles an hour. I don't feel like I'm pushing it too hard. We're at 2,500 RPMs. There's 392 gears with the 35s, tow pretty decent. I think if you had the 392s with the factory tires and wheels, this thing could pull a pretty good amount of weight. I'm pretty much at limit, if not a little over, with this tractor and trailer. Transmission temp still holding 195. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you could do this all day. Current miles per gallon sitting at 8. Then if you notice up in the top left hand, you see that 30 foot. So once you pull out on these half tons, make a left and a right. As soon as it makes both sides, it judges the distance of your trailer, which is pretty accurate. So your blind spot monitoring is active on the 1500s when you're towing. This truck does have the Hellwig sway bar in the rear. I've got another video of that posted. But as you can see with the wheel and feedback, I mean, I'm running 76 miles an hour, pulling pretty close to 10,000 pounds. And I'm not getting any sway whatsoever. Transmission just peaked over, went to 201. We did do a downshift down to 6. Let's check on our oil temp real quick. Oil temp is holding at 248. Trans temp is 201. We just cooled back down to 199. Coolant temp's at 221. Make a deceleration here. Got it in tow haul. Getting good downshifts. You can tell on the downshifts though, it's a little 3 liter. It doesn't make much difference when it downshifts. Not a lot of resistance in it. It seems to pull good through the RPM band. I mean, even when it gets up to 4,200, it's still got some pretty decent torque. It doesn't feel like it falls off in the high end. Get on the on-ramp. Probably about 50% throttle, not going to push it. Making nice shifts, staying under that 3,500 RPM range, still getting the speed, pulling okay. About 30% throttle right now. Again, another shift at about 3,500. Alright, so let's see, let's keep it at 70. Display showing 94 degrees outside. Still showing 8 to 9 miles per gallon. We're 204 on the transmission. And our oil temp is still holding at 246 degrees. In between the shifts on that 8-speed, there's no jerk in it. I mean, it's a smooth transitional shift. So unless, I mean, you hear the engine a little bit, but my Hemi was the same way. It's a really smooth shifting transmission. I know this is going to be a longer video, but for those of you that are watching for, you know, instead of editing it out, showing how much time in between or how long we're towing, I'm trying to give y'all a little bit more of a sense of if it takes a 15-minute drive or 20-minute drive. I'd rather let y'all see the full drive without editing it out and what the temperatures are doing. I mean, yeah, I'm not even pushing it. It's creeping back up to 75, 76, no problem. Very impressed with the numbers, especially for a 4-inch lift, 35-inch tires, and towing the weight we're towing. The air suspension works really good. I've got a video of the 3/4 ton. Basically, you don't use the jack at all when you're hooking your trailers up. You just drop it down to entry exit level, back under your trailer, pick it back up to off-road 1, and then just loosen your jack pin and it's hooked up. You can drive away. So air suspension does make hooking up and unhooking pretty simple. You know, compared to the last generation Ecodiesel with this kind of weight, you'd definitely be pushing it consistently. Now, I had to be fair, on my last truck I had the 355 gears, and I think it was a 2015 or 2016 first gen. And you know, it would take a lot more to push it. Of course, it didn't have a tune, but neither does this truck. This truck is stock. Transmission's at 204. That oil temp seems like it crawled up to 246 and 248, and that's where it pretty much stays. It's not moving off of that. So we've seen 248. We're back down 246, so I would bet that it'll never see 250. Trans temp's now up to 204. came off the highway, the oil temp's back down to 237. Trans temp's at 203. Now we're pretty much in some city driving. Let's see how fast things cool down. Then your factory brake controller, you can see it right there. I've got it set in light electric. I probably need to move it up to medium duty. Then I can probably drop that gain down a little bit. I've got it at 9 right now. And then as you see the speedometer, there's nobody behind me. Squeeze it. And we're getting good pull on the trailer. Seems like if you're in tow haul and you're pulling, as long as you're not 80% or more on throttle, let's say around 40 to 60%, most of the shifts are at 3,500. When you go to, 80% plus, it seems like it's shifting at 4,250, somewhere in that area. All right, guys, that's it. It's going to end the trip. Looks like we're at 213 on coolant, trans temps 204, oil temps at 228. Everything cooled back down. Idling oil pressure is at 17. Truck seems to pull very well. Sorry it's a little long, but like I said, wanted to give you all the full drive without doing any editing. Appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button down here on the bottom right hand corner. Thanks for watching.